Creating a financial forecast is one of the smartest things any family can do to control their current finances and reach their future financial goals. To be effective, a financial forecast needs to meet five critical requirements. First, to prioritize the family's goals and track progress toward meeting them. Second, to project annual cash flow requirements on a monthly basis in order to plan to have funds available for anticipated future expenses. Third, to be easy to update and keep accurate without the need to account for every dollar. Fourth, to include a plan to control and reduce the cost of loan interest. And fifth, to include a way to see how inflation may impact the family's budget, as well as projected income increases. A financial forecast is like a roadmap that takes you to your destination. The roadmap demonstrated in this video provides a 5-year forecast, but we also offer 30-year roadmaps that are more comprehensive. This video demonstrates how it includes every aspect of financial planning, providing a forecast 5 years into the future. The roadmap is simple to set up and includes 7 tabbed worksheets for entering and updating income, expenses, and debts. Starting at the first tab, labeled Begin, enter the starting date of the roadmap. It could be the current date or a future date. Also on this sheet, enter any financial goals to be achieved. In this example, the goals are to grow savings, reduce credit card debt, and plan for a year-end vacation. Next, select the Regular Income tab. Recurring monthly income is entered on the Regular Income tab. In this example, we enter monthly salary, including overtime. As overtime usually varies, an estimate can be entered and can always be adjusted. In addition to salary and overtime, enter any other income that is received regularly, such as rental income. Here, we'll enter a rental income of $500 per month and the initial date received, keeping in mind the budget timeframe. The calculator automatically enters an ending date of the income stream 5 years into the future, but it can also be entered manually. As income is entered, a running total is provided for confirmation. After entering recurring monthly income, select the Lump Sum Income tab to include income that is not received on a regularly recurring basis. An example of non-recurring income is a tax refund. In this illustration, we'll enter a refund of $1,750 and the date received, again keeping in mind the roadmap timeframe. After entering all regular and non-recurring income, we next enter expenses. Select the Regular Expense tab. Starting with the Expense Type column, a selection can be made from a drop-down list, or items can be typed in. For example, we'll include home insurance to items previously entered. In the columns to the right, enter the monthly amount and starting date, again keeping in mind the roadmap timeframe. Since this is a 5-year roadmap, an ending date 5 years from the starting date is entered automatically, but can be entered manually. In the Pay Period column, enter the time frame of payments, if not monthly, such as bi-weekly. The amount will be adjusted to a monthly basis, as shown in the next column. As expenses are entered, a running total of expenses is provided for comparison to previously entered monthly income. After entering all regular expenses, select the Lump Sum Expenses tab to enter expenses that don't occur on a regularly recurring basis. Recall that one of the goals in this roadmap is a vacation at the end of the year. A vacation is a non-recurring expense, so we'll enter it on this sheet. Select Vacations from the drop-down list. The plan is to take this vacation in December, and we estimate it will cost $4,000. This is entered into the roadmap as a one-time expense. Of course, the date and amount can always be modified. In creating the forecast roadmap, it isn't necessary to account for every dollar. The key is updating the roadmap over time, similar to navigating a course correction to a destination. After all recurring and non-recurring income and expense items have been entered, select the Debt Payments tab to enter outstanding debts, such as credit cards and car loans. 2 items have been entered, one for a credit card with a $5,375 balance of 19.3% interest, and another for a car loan with a balance of $18,000 at 4.2% interest. Homeowners should choose one of our 30-year roadmaps, as they include debt reduction methods specific to mortgage debt. For information on these, see the video of 30-year financial roadmaps that include mortgage debt reduction plus retirement growth forecasting. All debts should be entered on this sheet. For example, we'll enter another credit card. Enter the information in each column, including the amount to be paid each month. Financial experts suggest one of two debt reduction strategies. One strategy is to pay as much as possible to the debt with the highest interest rate and pay only the minimum monthly amount required on the others. The second strategy is to pay as much as possible to the debt with the lowest balance. Suggestions for using each of these strategies are provided on this sheet. After entering the required information, the calculator shows how long it will take to pay off each debt, the date it will be paid off, and the total interest cost of the loan. We can now view the forecast, the financial outlook 5 years in the future. Select the Forecast tab. The power of financial forecasting lies in providing the foresight to modify current finances by making changes to income, expenses, and debts to optimize the forecast. On the cash flow chart on the Forecast tab, monthly cash flow is looking good, showing a positive balance each month except for December, where the roadmap shows a $1,500 shortage. That's because of the vacation in December, which was entered as a one-time expense. The roadmap not only gives advanced warning of this shortage, but also provides options for how to cover it. Looking at the savings chart, the forecast shows ample savings will be available at that time, so money can be transferred from savings to cover the shortage. Another way to cover the shortage would be to use a credit card if savings weren't available. Let's review each scenario. The first option is to transfer money from savings. The savings chart forecasts savings will be $62,000 at the end of the 5-year financial roadmap and about $21,000 in December 2023 when we'll make the transfer. The roadmap provides a built-in feature to make this transfer, while at the same time updating the 5-year forecast. To do that, select the Lump Sum Income tab. From Income Type column, choose the item labeled Transfer from Savings. We'll transfer $1,500 in December 2023 to cover the cash shortage. After making the transfer, go back to the Forecast tab to see the results. Now cash flow is positive, savings have decreased by $1,500, and long-term saving have been reduced to just over $60,000. Another way of covering the shortfall is to use a credit card. Returning to the Debt Payments tab, we'll plan to charge $1,500 to the Visa card when we take the vacation in December. To maintain the accuracy of the roadmap, we need to not only change the amount on the Visa card, but also the date, the same as when refinancing a loan. This is one reason financial forecasting is so much more complex than a simple budget. In the column labeled Date Replaced, enter the date the card will be charged, in this case December, and click the checkbox in the column labeled Replace. The roadmap shows the amount of interest paid between dates, as well as the balance, which will be $4,795.84 as of that date. On a new row, re-enter the Visa card, but with a revised balance of $6,295.84, maintaining the same 19.3% interest rate and $135 monthly payment, which are now faintly visible in the row replaced. Since $1,500 of vacation expenses will be paid by credit card, only $2,500 will be paid as a one-time expense, so we'll make that adjustment on the One-Time Expense tab. Returning to the forecast, cash flow is now positive, but debt has also increased, with a higher balance forecast at the end of the roadmap. These are examples of how financial forecasting helps avoid impending cash shortages, but it can do much more. Financial forecasting can help reduce debt and even point the way to greater savings. Can you see why families and businesses find them so valuable? But what about inflation? Inflation can have a significant impact on the forecast, so the roadmap also includes the ability to adjust for various inflation assumptions, showing how inflation will affect the financial destination. As an example of how inflation will change the roadmap's financial forecast, we'll apply a 2% annual inflation rate. Entering that into the roadmap, we see monthly cash flow is still projected to be positive, but savings have been reduced from $60,000 to $43,000 because inflation has increased monthly expenses, leaving less disposable income for savings. In addition to the ability to adjust for inflation, income adjustments are also featured in the roadmap. For example, enter a 6% income increase after 3 years. After applying that adjustment, monthly cash flow has increased, as well as savings, which are projected to be back up to about $55,000 at the projected destination. This roadmap meets every requirement of financial forecasting at a price way below what others charge. It prioritizes financial goals so that you achieve them. It projects monthly cash flow so you have the confidence that money will be available when you'll need it. It's easy to update and keep accurate without the need to account for every dollar. It helps control and reduce debt and interest costs, and it helps you plan for inflation and future changes to income. The benefits are obvious, and the cost is way below other financial forecasting systems. If you want to give your family the best possible financial future, this is how to do it.